Hey guys, this is a little video I'm making for just a tutorial for those that missed what we did on Thursday, March 16th in class. We did some work with essential questions and focused questions, and then went a little bit deeper to try to figure out how to answer those focused questions. You can access the doc that we used if you go to the home page on Canvas. You go there to where it says daily assignments and homework. You should be able to just scroll down and find Thursday. And there it is, a little workshop we did in class, creating and answering a focused question. And it should take you to a page that says to make a copy. So that's what I'm going to do. And you will want to do the same. And then, of course, go ahead and rename that document so it is specific to you. And I'm just going to call this tutorial. This is my copy. You'll need to make your own. So what we're doing here to start out is we're going to look at enduring understandings. If you remember those 5 posters in the front of the classroom on the wall, there are 5 different enduring understandings. One of them has to do with people need governing. People move for different reasons, which is what this one is here. People were affected by our environment, something along those lines. And so the one we went with today in class was we're going to work with this one. People move for different reasons. Remember, enduring understandings are big ideas that give meaning to learning in the classroom and can relate to life. So with this process that we have here in front of us, this recipe for creating essential and focusing questions, we are going to start with an enduring understanding. And I've already picked it for you. That's right here. People move for different reasons. That's our enduring understanding. Our second step with this is that we want to take that enduring understanding and turn it into an essential question. And we do that by adding a why or a how. So for this one, we just would need to add a why. And we could simply say, why do people move? And that's a question. So we added a why to the front of that. That's our essential question now. You read it out loud and it sounds good, and go with it. Now keep in mind, enduring understandings and essential questions, they're very general. Those could be used in any unit of study in history. So what we want to do is make that more specific to what we are doing in class. Well, right now we've been looking at the Trail of Tears, Andrew Jackson, and the Indian Removal Act. And so we want to make it more, this question here, why do people move? Let's make it more specific by adding people, places, or events that we are looking at in class. So let's start by, we can keep the why. And instead of saying do, we're going to say why did, because this is past. And people that we're talking about, who moved? Well, Native Americans moved. So why did Native Americans move? And the place that we're going to look at is west of the Mississippi River. And we can pick an event. And I'm going to say during the Trail of Tears? Question mark. So why did Native Americans move west of the Mississippi River during the Trail of Tears? Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and underline what I made specific. So I made people specific by saying Native Americans. Place that I made specific was west of the Mississippi River. And the event was Trail of Tears. You may or may not have all three of those, people, places, or events. You may not. It was pretty easy to do that for this one, so I went ahead and did it. That is your focused question now. That is your focused question. So we have our focused question. That's what we're going to want to end up answering in the end. And to get to know some of the information, we're going to create 8 supporting questions in these boxes down here. 2 per box. And we're going to ask questions about those people, places, and events that we underlined. That's going to help us answer this focused question. Okay. We'll start off with this yellow quadrant. These are quadrants, so there's 4 boxes. Now, if I'm going to ask a question that's going to go in this box, it has to start off with one of these 4. What, where, when, and who. And it has to also include one of these top 3 here. Is, are, did, do, or can. Okay, so I'm going to go with where. Where did, and I'm going to go with where did the Native Americans live before they were relocated. That's something I wanted to know. I'm going to do that 2 times in this box, and I'm going to pick another question to go in this box. Let's see, what could I ask about the Trail of Tears? How about well, I want to ask a question that's going to help me answer this question. So why did they move? What's going to help me answer that? How about who would have had a problem with Native Americans living east of the Mississippi River? So they were relocated from the east of the Mississippi River to the west of the Mississippi River, and I want to know who would have had a problem with the Native Americans living where they were. And that's a question, so I better put a question mark on there. Now, I'm only going to do those 2, but you're going to want to make sure that you do 2 per box. Notice for this question, I had the who, because that was to the left of this box, and the would, that came from here. So for this box, I can only choose, again, these 4, and now these 3. When I go to do questions for this box, I can only pick from the why and the how, and from these 3. And when I do when I create questions for this brown and yellow box, I'm going to go with why or how, but I'm going to switch it over to these 3 boxes over here. Okay, so you can see on this one, where did, and then in this box I went with who would, and you can do any combination that you want, but this is just to help you have a nice variety of questions. So that's what we did in class. I would like for people to have that part done as soon as possible before we move on to steps 5 and I should say 6. Steps 5 and 6. So have a good day. Appreciate it.